Okay, so Mr. Ramsaw, this video is for you. I'm on the 2016 FZ-07, one of our favorite bikes Yamaha produces right now. Wow, the clutch engages pretty much immediately. You do have adjustable brake levers and a clutch lever out of the gate. Alright, a 2015 Yamaha R3. The seat height on that is 30.7 inches. This bike has a seat height of 31.7 inches. I'm 5'7", both of my feet are flat right now, no issues. Straight.
You've been on the right. Want to go?
Okay. Okay, so this bike has a parallel twin 689cc engine. It produces 50 foot-pounds of torque at 6,500 RPM. There are no modes on this bike, but that's okay. The windscreen doesn't do a shitload on this bike. That's okay. There are other windscreens you can buy that are more protective, but still, you're not expecting a lot. It's a naked bike. The mirrors aren't too bad. Counter steering is very effective because of the larger tire size and because the handlebar is wider than your normal Super Sport. You can apply more torque. Things you see on the dash: the time, the fuel indicator, average fuel consumption. You can probably change that and cycle through it to get to the other modes too, but there's also the gear indicator, the RPM, the speedometer. The red line on this bike is at 10,000 RPM. The max torque is at 6,500 RPM, so it's not a concern. This bike has a 14-liter fuel tank, it's same as a Yamaha R3, but for some reason, despite this being a larger motorcycle, Yamaha is still quoting a better fuel consumption on this, which I'm kind of surprised about, but that's okay. We'll take their word for it for now. I love rev matching. This seat is really comfortable. For some reason, I don't even feel that I'm sitting on something. I feel like the bike could be a little more stable under acceleration. Maybe it's because of this. It's really windy right now. When I go full throttle on my R3, the bike stays straight, doesn't, you know, screw around like that. There's no issues on that bike. Wow, I really love the dash. It gives you everything you need to know right there in the center. The FZ-09 that's right behind me, the dash is actually at the center, in the top right corner or something. I don't know why they decided to do that. Just put it in the middle. I think one of the first upgrades I would do is probably get a better windscreen. Maybe it's too windy right now, I don't know, but the wind protection is very minimal. The FZ-10, on the other hand, similar type of bike, no windscreen as well on that, other than this little shit like that. I didn't feel like there was any wind on that. There's a little cushion where my ass is on the seat that stops me from being pushed back. That's good under acceleration because my jeans don't offer that much grip on the tanks. So again, tank grips just like the FZ-10 would be helpful on this bike. This is kind of like the entry-level naked style motorcycle that Yamaha has to offer. Other markets like the Asian market has the FZ-03, but North America at least, you start with an FZ-07. There's the FZ-09 and FZ-10. It's really good for an entry-level bike. I think the starting price is, the sticker price is $7,300 Canadian. Of course, it being an entry-level motorcycle, you get all these ugly indicator lights, but that's okay. You can swap them out. They're the same ones that you find on the R3. The tail light assembly is also the same as the one you find on the R3. And actually, I think I like that better than the FZ-09 and the FZ-10 because it kind of merges into one point. The fender assembly, the stock fender assembly on this bike kind of reminds me of the one you get on the R6. Yeah, you're kind of gonna replace that anyways, but it looks nice. It's metal and it comes down, and that's where you attach your plate to. This is a new route. Front brake is really good, back brake not so much. Looks like we're taking a significantly shorter route because usually I think you come out of here somewhere. You go that way all the way around and you come merge back onto this road from that intersection there. Stock exhaust is actually pretty quiet and it sounds nice. It's a really small exhaust, tucked away pretty much inside the body of the bike, but of course you don't have to keep it. You can always get different exhausts. There's lots of videos on YouTube, people showing off their new exhaust, different sounds. It's really easy to get this bike into a speed wobble, or at least a slow, whatever you want to call it, wobble. I'm in 6th gear, cruising mode. Basically, I can't hear the engine at all. It's really good, nice and comfortable. You probably go a little faster on the highway, 100 kilometers an hour, a little bit more. You can definitely commute on this, other than the wind issue we talked about, but it's a naked bike, that's what you expect. You get the same sort of feeling where you're looking straight dead ahead. You don't see any of this down below, and it feels like you're flying through air. And you look down and you see, oh crap, the nice beautiful display here. I don't know if the back brake is working correctly on this model or not, but feels like I have to push really far down to get it to activate. Just thinking from YouTube's point of view, this is a really nice place to mount your GoPro sticker thingy. Oh look, another bike with hazards on. Pretty badass. The other bike that had it is the GSXR 600 from Suzuki. See the tiny nice little exhaust? I don't know if you need a quick shifter on this bike. I'm just used to mine because I don't like using the clutch anymore, so I'm kind of spoiled a little bit. So if I were to buy this bike, I would buy a quick shifter. You don't have to. It's not for like racing purposes, it's just to be lazy. That is actually really close to my leg. I haven't felt the heat yet, but probably be careful there. Alright, we're back safely. We took a shorter route than we intended to. That's okay. Thank you for checking out my first ride video on the Yamaha FZ-07. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, get subscribed if you want to see my next video. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Suzuki demo ride GSXR 750.